playing music and touring in bands probably since my early 20s, so probably about 10 years.
It's quite a long time.
That is a long time.
And what's the longest tour you've done so far?
This one is really long.
How long is it?
Where are they going to pull it? I think over 6 weeks. I think it's over 6 weeks. It all blurred into one. The first week felt like it was dragging. It looked really overwhelming to look at the list of dates. And now it's kind of weird how quickly it's gone, looking back, looking at the tour pass and trying to make sense of some of the days. Trying to recall like cities that we've been to. I can't remember, it's just all blurred. It's all a bit strange.
I think before a tour it's always, it's definitely natural to feel a little bit anxious and nervous and, always overthinking, over-preparing and stuff. But once you kind of get on there and you start getting into the swing of things, it's absolutely fine. You just get on with it every day, do the same shit, get into the routine, and then just kind of, build on it, I guess.
Do you feel like being on tour is kind of like escaping reality a little bit?
Yeah, being on tour is just pure escapism. It's just you feel like you're a group of outlaws, and you don't really belong in. Saying we don't belong in society sounds really dramatic, but you don't really feel like part of the rat race. You escape the rat race. You're no longer confined to 9 to 5. You're pretty much free to kind of live as how you want, as long as you get to sound check and your set time on time. Yeah, it puts strain on my relationship with my fiance. It's difficult. Despite the downtime, it's difficult to find privacy, to make a phone call. You want to shut yourself in a little room and have a chat and just know that you can talk to that other person without sort of anyone else listening in, which is virtually impossible on a small bus or in a green room. And it's always, even when you have that downtime, let's say you have, an hour of nothing to do, you can't fucking find any Wi-Fi, so you can't FaceTime. Or if you do, it's too fucking loud because your backstage room is underneath the stage. So it's just, it never works out.
It's really unfortunate. And I imagine you can't really express how much you miss or love someone, or when you argue you just can't really reach them because they just have a different routine than you on tour.
Yeah, you want to reassure them that you're still coming back to them and nothing's changed, even if there's a bit of distance between you. That's literally all it is.
Hello, Jay. Oh, hello. Filming you. Filming me? Yeah. Filming, cooling me hands out. Could be a hand model. Pretty rings. That could be a hand model. Just so.
Before going on this tour, I felt excited, like getting ready for it. But the last few days before the tour, especially on the day that we left, I felt really anxious because I just didn't know what to expect. It's a long time being away from home and from your loved ones, and then you just get on the bus with 16 people that you've never met before, and you just hope that they're not assholes because you have to spend a whole month with them. And yeah, that can be a bit weird because not every band that you tour with is going to be nice to you.
Yeah. There's like a lounge if you keep going up.
The balcony?
There's a nice little balcony. Dude, you're too good at it. But I'd be down. It was still fun, yeah. I gotta get better. Anyone inside? Not three, you can be there. Really? No, you're good.
You getting filmed?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
Like a smack cam.
well, I thought it would feel my hoodie on. It doesn't feel like shit. Really? Me? Okay, where's Olaf?
Olaf's downstairs chilling.
Probably gonna follow.
I don't think he's smoking.
My ass is freezing.
Well, but it feels great out here.
That chair's probably wet.
It's not as hot as inside.
It's nice. I don't need a jacket out here.
How are you feeling, Jeff?
Pretty good.
How was the show for you?
It's okay.
Yeah?
Good first show.
Do you enjoy yourself?
I had a good time.
Yeah.
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 That's it.
That's the best interview I've ever seen.
I'm too high for that.
Yeah.
Man, I want to be high.
Jeff, tell them about your modelling career.
Yeah. Oh, you have a modeling career?
No.
I always feel a bit anxious before we go on tour because you don't know what to expect. You just kind of leave everything behind and just jump in a van or in a bus with a bunch of people and just leave everything behind and live a completely different lifestyle and get used to a different routine where you experience ups and downs like on a daily basis. Like you can be completely tired and ill and you still have to go on stage because you can't just not go. And then you experience this intensity on stage that makes you awake and just pumps adrenaline through your body. 90% of touring is probably spent in a metal tin, like in a van or in a bus, just locked in with a bunch of other people that you may know really well or maybe don't even know at all if you tour with a different band. And there's just no alone time. It can be really hard sometimes if you're just feeling depressed and just would like to be just by yourself and you can't escape because you're stuck with other people. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, I can definitely see where people get a bit, down and in the dumps when they're touring a lot. You miss a lot from home, don't you? You miss, family, friends, cats. Well, not just cats. I'm saying if cats are the only species, animals, pets, whatever. But I don't know. You kind of always miss that little bit of routine, even though you always want to admit that you hate routine. You always do miss it, and I think not having that routine is what unsettles you a little bit. You just go insane and embrace it. Hopefully your normality will restore when you get home after a nice bath.
Give me a thumbs up. Remember that.
Why do you think touring could have a negative impact on mental health?
It's strange hours, you're kind of working outside of your normal... I mean, if you have a day job, it's definitely different to your 9 to 5. You go to bed at a reasonable time, you wake up at a normal time. You have routine in touring, but your routine when you're back at home is very different. And there's a lot of adrenaline and sort of excitement, and you kind of get numb to that sort of if you're doing that daily, especially this tour that I've done. It's big shows, big crowds. Just to go home after the sort of highs and excitement of that kind of feels weird.
Touring can institutionalize you and make normal life feel odd, feel incomplete, and just boring, and you just want to be out all the time and experience all different things and meet people and just be who you choose to be, because when you're at home you're just who you are, but if you're on stage you choose to be someone. That's something that you have to deliver, because nobody wants to see like a shy front person on stage. People want to engage with you, and if that's not who you actually are, you need to pretend to be someone else. And this duality is really hard sometimes, because I myself am a really shy and introvert person, but people expect me to be this outgoing, like, human who I'm not, but I have to be, and I just put on a show, put on a mask, and just be who people want me to be. And sometimes I have to force myself to do it because I don't want to.
Yeah, I think it revolves heavily around music in general. I don't think bands just feel stress. I think everyone does. I think there's always those days where everything goes tits up and everyone's flapping around and stuff, and we're all having a little panic. It applies to crew, piece of equipment. You know, equipment goes wrong, that fucks it there. Even if you, that's the problem with tour. Even if you fix a problem and you know you achieve what you want to achieve, just that little setback always plays in your mind a lot, and you know, you overthink everything when that next thing's gonna happen. Like, you know, this tour I had a little bit of a problem with my pedal board one day. Even though the day after I replaced everything and fixed it, it's still constantly in the back of my head thinking, how the fuck am I gonna afford this if it fucks up again? I think everyone feels anxious. When you're doing bands, it's not just about worrying about the band, it's about worrying everything around the outside. You got fucking bills to worry about and shit, then you got education you gotta keep on top of, jobs you gotta keep on top of. It's a lot of pressure there, but you know, it's definitely a reward that can't be paid for.
That's
like a glitch in your life. It does take so much time up, but at the same time it's only a little amount, and the lifestyle and tours are so different to when you're at home. You stay up late, you get up early, sometimes you just sleep in all day because it's a travel day and it's so boring and you don't want to do anything, you just need to rest, but then you just sleep so much that you feel still tired. How are you feeling?
Tired.
Why?
Because I'm always tired.
How are you feeling?
Pretty good. Relatively speaking.
Look at that. Now that's a cover. I need that look.
Yeah, dude.
Look at that.
The pink. Yo, look at the fake tan on this guy.
This is the album
though.
cover we were talking about.
Yeah. Dude, that's a sick picture disc, actually.
Why is the background so like pixelated? Look at it.
I don't know.
It was like a computer game.
Whoa, weird, because it is like, it's like they went over it.
It's fucking weird.
Because it's pixelated.
Yeah.
Is it the same photo? No, it's a different photo. Oh no, it's the same
It's the
photo.
same.
Like I said, I hate leaving the cats at home. You know, I'm close to my parents, so I don't see my parents, my family, like my cousins and my mates and shit. Since we were kids, pretty much, we've always lived close to each other, like, you know, if it's a couple streets down. So, you know, coming out of that routine and, you know, your mate texting you saying what he's been up tonight, you know, what he's been up to, and, you know, you kind of wish you were there, but you're not. And that's something that you've always kind of got to take with a pinch of salt, because obviously vice versa, they would definitely love to be in this situation, they would love to be on tour, but they'll definitely feel the same, you know, when it's the other way, you know, like they would definitely feel like that. But yeah, it does catch up on you, and I can imagine, you know, people miss their girlfriends and stuff, or even if they're around them, it's not the same environment, it's not the same thing, you know what I mean? It's like you can take your partner on tour with you or whatever. It doesn't mean they're with you, it's a completely different environment, it's not the same as how you would be at home. So yeah, it does, that's definitely a bit that sucks, but you know, like I said, what you do is completely priceless, and how many people don't get this opportunity that work for it so long. Kind of just need to remember that the bits that make you feel shit, there's stuff that makes you feel good, and the stuff that makes you feel good nobody can get their hands on unless they really work for it. So yeah, that's my view on that.
To avoid additional stress and anxiety whilst on tour, how important do you think it is to have a functioning crew with you that you can rely on?
It's probably the most important thing. I don't think there's anything more important. Having not just the band, but crew members around you that are, you know, reliable people that you can always turn around and get help from. You know, that's the only way you stay sane, you know, because you've got, you know, 4 or 5 people, how many other people are in your fucking band? Like, you've all got to keep each other sane, and, you know, without that communication and stuff, each individual person is going to go insane. And it's the same with crew members. You've got a sound guy, a merch guy, you know, they're people you can rely on and keep you company. And whilst doing their job as well, they have their own stress and problems to deal with, but you're all kind of doing something, whether you're playing an instrument, selling merch, doing sound, whatever, you're all doing something that, you know, holds that high responsibility that will cause stress and stuff. So having something to relate to everyone about it is kind of comforting.
I do think it's really important to have a functioning crew around you if you're on tour, because they just take the stress from your shoulders. Shared stress is better stress, because you're not the only one that has to deal with it. And if everything works according to plan and everyone is reliable, it just makes things so much easier for you.
If they can't do their jobs and you're kind of trying to help them and picking up, I don't want to say slack, but picking up where they're falling down a bit, sometimes it can pile up on you and become very stressful for both people. And then once one head becomes stressed and another head becomes stressed, it just spreads and everyone starts to feel it, and the environment and atmosphere changes dramatically. And some days I could pretty much fuck your day up, ruin your day, So it's very important to have reliable, comforting, stable people.
Slug.
I want a Tom Selleck slug.
How has your day been, Jackson?
It's okay, you don't
Just
have
great.
to answer the question.
Why?
'Cause I managed to piss off not one but two guitarists in the same band. That was pretty good.
What do you think about the sound limit?
Sound limit, I think it's a terrible time for everyone involved. And I'm going to have a really, really fun day trying to work around that.
Do you think it's going to sound shit?
No, I think it's going to sound good. I think it's going to sound quiet, but it will sound good.
Quiet as shit.
That's true, yeah.
I think it's one of those things that as soon as you get into this lifestyle, it's one of those, it's so weird, it's something you can't let go of and it's something you want to do more of, but every time you do it, it fucks you up, and then you get home and then you're on a tour for 7 odd weeks and you're like, I can't wait to get home, and then you're home for 3 days and you're like, oh, I fucking want to do this all over again. So it's a never-ending cycle. You always get the itch to do it again.
Sounds as well like you get in and out of depression all the time. It doesn't matter if you're on tour or not, it kind of affects you as a musician all the time.
Yeah, definitely. I think tour adds to it, but even when you're at home sorting stuff and you've got your set deadlines in your head that you want to meet, and you've got stuff to organise at home and stuff, whilst battling the stuff that, if you've got a job or education or even, relationships at home, you have to balance them all out. And to be honest, it's easier said than done to balance it all out, because somewhere down the line, whether you're on home or tour, you have to neglect one of those things a little bit, but that's kind of the price you pay for it.
How do you feel about the bus wets?
So, is this our new bus?
Yeah, this. Oh, I got that double. Get both ends there. Double tape. Yeah. Don't put your feet on the leather.
I'm not.
Shoes off. Shoes off at the door.
Alright, Dad.
That would be a nice rule, wouldn't it? Imagine how clean it'd be and nice socks every day when you wake up.
How do you feel about the new bus, guys?
Distraught. Yeah, just absolutely
Ripped off for the last 5 years. So I went in and I was like, it's not enough buttons.
To be fair, I wouldn't care if there wasn't enough buttons. I mean,
Are you stocking up the fridge?
We've got any news.
to be fair, I kind of see what relates with it at the end of the day, and I do agree.
Our bus is better
It's
than
gonna be,
Trivium's bus.
Like, so much luxury if we just
Have you been upstairs or
No.
yes. I mean, look at that.
Our lounge here is better than this.
Oh yeah, they're paying it.
This is my new bunk. It's got a weird red light in it. which I don't know what it's for, but I have no clue what it's for. But yeah, so much room. What's your thoughts on the new bus, Blake?
I like it. There's a few things. Honestly, there are a few things that I like about the old one better, but
Really?
no, nothing. No, but it's not worth it. I mean, it's like I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Pure insanity.
Man, even the fucking carpet looks
No,
good.
I'm saying that.
Yeah.
It's way better. There's a few things I like.
Woo! That's a sick lounge right here. The TV's a bit small.
What?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
TV.
the TV too. But yeah, it's great. It's a great bus. I'm stoked.
What's this?
A lot of room. This is crazy big. It's like even just sitting here, it's like
It's amazing. I feel so much better just being on this bus because it has light, it has daylight,
Yeah.
it has
These
space.
Look, the hatches are
You can
actual
watch
skylights.
Yeah, they don't leak
front of
as
the bus.
well.
you're at the front of the bus. You watch it move through the
Yeah.
window. There's windows everywhere. Actually, you can watch
Our
it.
bed isn't above the driver's door where
Yeah.
they fucking slam the door every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah,
Don't have to deal with that.
man.
It's great.
We
Fucked, y'all.
yeah, definitely.
It's good. You can actually walk around without fucking bumping and grinding on everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Maybe they all get to know each other way too fast.
You have to slut drop.
Rubbing all over each other in the butt.
You have to slut drop just to make a coffee.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, everybody's got 2 pillows.
Everyone's got 2 fucking pillows.
My last pillow was like a piece of paper.
I've brought my own pillow, so I've got 3 pillows.
Oh my fuck.
Oh man.
Living the dream.
Incredible.
Sometimes it's better not knowing what you could have had.
Nah. I see where you're coming from.
No, it's a very valid point.
It is valid.
It's a valid point.
What?
It's a very valid point.
But I'm going to enjoy this last week.
I'm made up. I'm happy. You found a bit of the game's weed? I found a bit of the game's weed, so... Fucking flying, aren't you?
Look, if you really want to stay on this one, it's not a problem. It's not too late to change your mind.
I'm going back. I'm going back.
I'm happy. I just wish we had this all along.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be feeling so depressed as I do right now.
We would all be in a much better place.
Yeah, we'll be happy and well rested.
Well, we get to spend all day on this fucking thing. So. Hell yeah.
Boys Club?
Boys Club.
When you want to like cut through, like when you land a kick, you want your knee to end up on like the other
All Gender Club. And what's your plans after this tour?
Personally, is that
Both?
Both.
No, whatever you want to say.
try to balance day job and band, and I think this tour's kind of reaffirmed everything I wanted to do since I was younger was band stuff, and that's definitely what I want to do. I thought probably doing a 6-7 week tour would probably make or break you, and it's kind of reaffirmed this is probably what I want to do.
After this tour, we will be home for 3 weeks, and then we will fly out to America for 4 to 5 weeks, I believe. I think the first date's New York. That's a 7-band package, Devastation on the Nation tour, which will be our first time in America, so that'll be really, really interesting. And then after that, we get home, record album 2, and then after that, the tour cycle starts all over again.
Never ends. Say it's never ends.
It doesn't fucking end.
It's like panic attacks. It's all in your head.
Shall we?
My mum said get
Where
to
you
fuck
going?
it wasn't her fault. My mum said get to fuck it wasn't her fault.
Look, tell your mum, she wants to chuck hands.
You're gonna ring
Brixton Academy, 7:30. Let me get the set out of the way just in case she does knock me out.
That's fine. My little sister was going to come today, but yeah.
I'll chuck hands today as well.
I'm not looking forward to not having regular income, but fuck it, money's not everything.